Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about the GOP attempting to restrict women still. In the last election, people in Missouri turned out to protect the rights of women in the state. Apparently, Republicans in the state don't care what the voters think. It's clear they believe the voters are just too ignorant to decide for themselves what rights women should have. Because just a few months later, Republicans in the Senate used a bunch of procedural moves to stop discussion, and then voted to put a referendum on the ballot in 2026, the midterm election that generally sees lower voter turnout. The referendum would not only repeal the reproductive rights enshrined by the people of Missouri just 6 months ago, but also institute a ban on most abortions. After making the move, the Senate effectively ended its legislative session. They did make one critical mistake while doing this. They did it too soon. Undoubtedly, groups protecting reproductive rights will begin organizing for the midterms now. The groups already know what the people think about reproductive rights, so they won't have to worry about campaigns to change people's minds. They're just going to have to focus on turning out the vote. I'm sure the Republicans running for re-election during the midterms aren't really happy about the fact that the state legislature just handed a get-out-the-vote tool to the Democratic Party. Missouri is pretty solidly red, but that support for Republicans doesn't seem to be paying off for them. About 10% of the population there is on SNAP, slated to see a huge Republican cut. About 1 in 4 benefits from Medicaid or CHIPS, slated to see a huge Republican cut. St. Louis and Kansas City were heavily hit by DOGE cuts from the Republican Party. Missouri's farmers and lumber industry were disrupted by Trump's tariffs. This is why you suddenly have people like Senator Hawley of Missouri out there, breaking with Trump on key issues and pushing back against cuts. If you're in Missouri's 2nd or 3rd district, I'd just go ahead and get ready to be overrun with get-out-the-vote messaging. Those are the most likely to see heavy campaigning because it will not just benefit defeating the referendum aimed at curtailing women's rights, but also maybe push a Democratic Party candidate in the House at the same time. And just in case you thought the push was limited to Missouri, South Carolina's Supreme Court just upheld a 6-week ban in the state. On the channel, we focus a lot on the economic issues facing the country, but it's important to remember that there are a lot of civil rights and personal liberty issues out there as well. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.